Hello, everybody, and welcome
Oh my
back
God,
to
that's
another
so loud.
Magic Frog 66 stream. We are back for some
Jesus
more
Christ.
SCP live
I actually turned him down. I turned him down because of
I
that.
even turned him down. He's still so
It's
loud.
incredibly loud.
I mean, like,
I'm a very
honestly,
I
loud
love you.
individual. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
We're back for another SCP live read, and if you couldn't tell, if you haven't tuned into one of these before, you may be surprised by the fact that there's all these other people in here. I don't know who these guys are, but they just popped in here and were like, "Hey, we want to read." So I was like, "Okay."
I was walking down the
who are you
road and I
people?
stumbled across this microphone laying on the ground, so I thought I'd
We're actually being
check out.
held hostage.
Yep, in the
I'm
basement.
not. No, I found this
Oh.
in like a dirty alleyway, so I'm just kind of chilling
Oh.
here in this like dirty alley.
Okay,
Yep.
well, if you could help us, like, call authorities, something, I don't know. Like, it's just
I don't even
Locked in the basement.
I haven't
like-
had a steak for 2 hours. Like, it's ridiculous.
Are you currently in Tallahassee? Because that's I think where I am. So unless you're there,
Yes. I don't know. It's dark. Is Tallahassee dark? Is it dark there?
no, it smells like horses.
No, I'm
So
getting
you're in
cow.
Greeley.
I'm getting cow. Yeah, I'm getting cow.
I'm getting essences of shit.
You're
Yeah,
the
I can't help
kidnapper.
you. I think the
Yeah.
only way to do this is probably to just
If you're getting essence of shit,
read
then you're
read
in
these
Iowa.
weird scripts.
You know
this
what?
This strange man gave us scripts. I think that's the best way to get out of here. Is just
That's
to
the
read
only
these
way to
weird
get out of
scripts.
here.
Read
I
it.
found
That's
this
it.
like laminated script on the ground. It's like covered in grime and piss.
Okay, well,
I think that's what we need to do then.
I guess so. I mean, that's what it sounds like. I mean, if the only way to escape is by reading these weird, strange words put in front of us, I guess that's the only way out, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
all
think
we can do. It's all we can do.
I guess I can start. I mean, just start us off, I suppose.
Let us begin.
So yeah, this first one that we have is SCP-1797, also known as the Kitten Flu. Item number SCP-1797. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. Isolated samples of SCP-1797 are contained at Site-197 under standard containment procedures for viral agents. Instances of SCP-1797-A created for testing must be kept in isolated chambers at all times. If a direct interaction with an SCP-1797-A instance is necessary, the organism must be remotely sedated, and any personnel entering its chamber must adhere to Biosafety Level 2 procedures. Any materials remaining after the testing is concluded must be disposed of via incineration. Description: SCP-1797 is an anomalous strain of influenza, primarily transmitted through contact with SCP-1797-A. Apart from its anomalous properties, SCP-1797 is similar to other influenza strains. The virus causes symptoms such as fever, coughing, and fatigue, can be treated with antiviral medications, or overcome naturally by the host's immune system. 2 days after infection, several large tumors will begin to grow on the host's body. Typically, from 5 to 8 tumors will develop at a time. The tumors will continue to grow for several days, reaching 12 to 20 centimeters in size and gradually taking the shape of an instance of SCP-1797-A. Once fully grown, SCP-1797-A will animate and detach from the host's body. The process will repeat for as long as the host is infected with SCP-1797. SCP-1797-A have the appearance of Felis catus, domestic cat, from 3 to 8 weeks old depending on the instance. Genetically, instances of SCP-1797-A are identical to the individual they originate from. The organisms do not age once detached from their host and are unable to breed. The average lifespan of SCP-1797-A is 2 years. SCP-1797 was discovered during an outbreak in Nizhnevartovsk, Russia. The outbreak was traced back to Vezvolod Nikolaevich Chernoldubov, a 92-year-old citizen of Nizhnevartovsk. Several witnesses had confirmed that Chernodubov had been selling and giving away domestic cats as a main source of income for the past 7 years. Examination of the Chernodubov's apartment revealed 23 living instances of SCP-197-A, partial remains of approximately 60 more instances, as well as numerous tools, tableware, and several pieces of furniture constructed from materials gathered from SCP-1797-A. Chernodubov was taken into Foundation custody, where he expired 2 weeks later due to health complications caused by prolonged undernourishment. That's the end.
And I was nervous.
Fucking
Great
dark.
pronunciation.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Love that
a lot of
Russian.
good swings at the Russian.
I gave it my very best attempt.
You know what? And that's all we can ask.
My
Yeah,
favorite. I
that's-
just love the like. No, it worked. I think it worked in your favor. Like the pause before big ass Russian word. Just like it worked.
And then the name,
Right.
and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah,
I
right.
was reading ahead and saw that. I'm like, ooh,
Me
this should be
too.
fun.
I read that word. I'm like, oh fuck, and then I started reading ahead. I'm like, oh shit.
Once
No.
I
How are you
pronounced,
that.
gonna pull this off?
yeah, well, once I pronounced it once, I was like, okay, I got more. I
You
got
got
a
a
little
rhythm.
bit speed, and like by the third time I had to say Chernodubov, I'm like, I got this. I don't know if I'm right, but I got it.
No, it works.
You
It
were like,
works.
I
Fuck it.
know
great.
Russian.
Yeah, I am now Russian. Speak to Das Vidanya. Like just straight go for it. Fuck it.
Oh my god. Yeah. So that's pretty fucking dark.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
especially acquisition of it. I mean, it also implies that there's a family living in the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, like examination of the Chernodubov's
I
apartment.
thought that was just gonna be cute. What happened to cute?
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be cute.
It started cute.
Aw, kitten
Yeah.
blue.
And then it got dark, bro.
And then it sure as shit got dark.
Very quick.
Oh wait, an SCP is disturbing?
Wow, that's random.
way.
I thought
Who'da thought?
SCP stood for smiles, cheer, and playfulness.
I thought it was the Sane Clown Posse.
Oops, all disturbing.
no.
Yeah, that's
Don't do
accurate.
that.
I'm actually done. That's gonna be it for me today. With Sane Clown Posse. I'm not upset that he said it. I'm upset that I didn't.
You're welcome. All right.
Yeah, somebody's gotta say it.
All right.
Good job,
well,
Magic.
Thank you.
Yeah, good one. Good one.
Yeah, that's the only solo one I have to do tonight. So thank
Yay.
you.
You're welcome.
Thankfully, the others can make up for this horrifying thing with, hopefully, their much better things.
Hey, don't put
I
yourself
hope.
down.
Hey, yeah,
That's
you're a
great.
beautiful human
Oh,
being.
oh,
Great
I
job,
think
Frog.
that that wasn't a comment on my performance. That was a comment on the sadness that this
The
sad
content.
Oh yeah,
the,
okay,
the
yeah,
sad
yeah.
context of the article. Like,
I mean, you didn't get. I mean, the one I'm about to read is not exactly like happy.
oh god. All right,
Wait, where are we at?
1799, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Is this not happy? I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out. Hey, Post, how's it going?
Find out next time.
Sold blood plasma today. Got gram. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, that Turkish. I do like
That's
Turkish.
that's the way to
dogs,
do
yeah.
it. Donate plasma and then drink 2 beers and be drunk all day. Don't. I mean, I'm not a doctor. You probably shouldn't do that.
But I
it-
play one on TV.
But it
it's-
works.
It seems a little unsafe for sure.
And
yeah.
how else do you spend a Tuesday night?
Mm.
Right? Like,
I
what do you got to
mean-
do tomorrow? Work?
Oh, it is Tuesday. Also, I don't work tomorrow.
Losers.
Oh well, fuck.
I have
Lunch-
Tuesdays, Wednesdays off. I work at a restaurant, so I have a little bit more of a flexible schedule.
Lucky you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think that whoever the subject of this next article is has every day off, but that's just a guess.
Hmm.
So next up we have SCP-1799, aka Mr. Laugh. Item number SCP-1799. Object class Safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-1799 is to be contained in a soundproofed humanoid containment cell with the other Misters in Hull 34B of Site 55. Personnel entering SCP-1799 cell are to be fitted with a voice-canceling helmet to prevent communication with the subject. Description: SCP-1799 is a male humanoid, approximately 1.2 meters tall, weighing 58 kilograms. It possesses physical characteristics of a generic clown, with skin devoid of pigmentation and a circular red nose, along with elongated feet. Its facial pigmentation has the appearance of makeup commonly worn by circus performers. Attempts made by SCP-1799 to communicate verbally with humans will be interpreted by the individuals as a joke. The longer the subject continues speaking, the funnier the jokes will become, until the subjects are overcome by laughter. Due to this effect, it is extremely difficult to direct and interact with SCP-1799. The most effective means to communicate with the subject is through written word, as this does not activate its effect. The words Mr. Laugh from Little Misters by Dr. Wondertainment are tattooed upon SCP-1799's lower back. Addendum 1799-A. This note was found on SCP-1799's person during initial containment. Wow! You've just found yourself your very own Little Mister, a limited edition collection from Dr. Wondertainment. Find them all and become Mr. Collector. 01, Mr. Chameleon. 02, Mr. Headless. 03, Mr. Laugh. Checkmarked. 04, Mr. Forgetful. 05, Mr. Shapy. 06, Mr. Soap. 07, Mr. Hungry. 08, Mr. Brass. 09, Mr. Hot. 10, Miss Sweetie. 11, Mr. Life and Mr. Death. 12, Mr. Fish. 13, Mr. Moon. 14, Mr. Red, discontinued. 15, Mr. Money. 16, Mr. Lost. 17, 18, Mr. Mad. 19, Mr. Scary. 20, Mr. Stripes. Addendum 1799-B. The following is an interview log recorded on SCP-1799's arrival at Site 55. Interview log 1799-0. Interviewed SCP-1799. Interviewer Dr. Everwood. Forward. This interview was executed to confirm SCP-1799's anomalous properties. Begin log.
Please state your name.
Sure. They called me Mr. Laugh.
Seriously? That's hilarious.
Not really.
Man, you are a riot.
Please, just stop laughing at me.
Oh, God.
SCP-1799 frowns. End log. Addendum 1799-C. The following is an interview log recorded a few days following SCP-1799's arrival at Site 55. Interview log 1799-2. Interviewed SCP-1799. Interviewer Dr. Gears. Forward. Dr. Everwood specially requested Dr. Gears' assistance in interviewing SCP-1799 during his visit to Site 55. Dr. Gears was selected for his high mimetic resistance values and low emotional response variability. Begin log.
Hello, my name is Dr. Gears. I was told you had difficulties in communicating due to your properties. Is this true? I was also told that you dislike being laughed at. I do not intend to laugh at you. Will not laugh at you, and if I do, will exit the room swiftly, ending this interrogation with hopefully minimal discomfort caused to you.
Fine. But I know you're going to laugh at me, so I may as well get this over with.
I don't intend on laughing. Not at least, unless something humorous is said, which I don't believe has yet occurred.
You're not laughing? You're the first person I've spoken to who doesn't just laugh at me. I don't know what to say.
We could start with your name.
SCP-1799 leans over the table and waves its hand in front of Dr. Gears' face, then sticks its tongue out at him.
Like triggered some sort of response from you? If not, I would appreciate it if you refrained from such gestures.
Sorry, I'm just used to everyone rolling on the floor laughing by now. I've never gotten this far with anyone before.
SCP-1799 sits on its chair again.
I see. Now your name, please.
Of course, they call me Mr. Laugh. It's such a pleasure to meet you, Dr. Gears.
Armed. Now, I was tasked with asking you a series of questions about yourself and Dr. Wondertainment. Is this acceptable?
Yes, and can I ask you some questions about yourself too? I think it's really interesting that you're not laughing at me. I'd like to learn about that if I could.
This is acceptable. I ask the first question if that is okay with you.
Oh, by all means. Oh my god, it feels so good to have a normal conversation.
Are you aware of any reason Dr. Wondertainment would have had for creating you?
I know he was really into clowns for a while. Maybe he spent some time at the circus. I don't know. I could never really tell what Dad was thinking.
I see. You may ask your question now.
Okay, why do you think you aren't laughing? Like I said before, you're the first person who doesn't guffaw at me. Not that I'm not thankful, of course. I mean, I'm loving this. I love that you're not laughing at me. It makes me feel almost normal.
I've never been one for showing emotion, not even as a child. My mother said I rarely ever cried. Too. Not to say that I don't feel emotion, I just do not express myself well, I suppose.
Huh.
Now, for my next query, are you able to recall the process Dr. Wondertainment used to create you?
Not at all. I just remember waking up one day and that was it. When when was the last time you laughed?
It was many years ago when my daughter illustrated me. It was a humorous portrait, you see, for I was colored wildly incorrect.
Oh, you have a kid? How sweet.
Indeed. Know anything about the location of the other little misters?
Um, Mr. Fish is probably somewhere wet, but that's about all I've got for you.
Unfortunately, these answers are not of much use to myself and my employers.
I'm sorry. Do I still get to ask you a question?
We agreed upon this, you may.
All right. Uh, do you think you would laugh if I said something funny?
I thought you didn't want to be laughed at?
This is a hypothetical. Let's say I said something absolutely hilarious right now. Would you then laugh?
Perhaps, perhaps not. It is difficult to say with certainty. I am inclined to answer no.
I see.
Do you possess any knowledge of other Wondertainment products?
No, all I know about is about myself, and apparently that's not enough for you guys.
Do not mean to imply that you are useless, if that is what you are suggesting. I am merely stating that these answers aren't of use to my employer. It is not a personal insult against you.
Sure, sure. Hey, do you think your daughter would be able to make you laugh again today?
Rather not discuss my daughter further. I find
Oh,
no joy in the topic.
come on.
Let it suffice to say that she and I lost contact many years ago. The more time I spent at my job, the less I could spend with her. It is a tragic thing, but again, it happened many years ago.
That's sad. Did it make you cry?
No,
Wow, you must be some super tough guy.
I would not call myself that. I am just a man doing his job.
Would you say you love this job more than your daughter?
It is only my job. I just happen to excel at it. We are losing focus. We must return to my questions.
Oh, sorry. Of course. Yes, please continue.
Do you possess any knowledge of the current whereabouts of Dr. Wondertainment?
No. But I think good old dad likes to move around a lot, to make sure he isn't cut. I presume by you guys.
I see. Now your question.
Do you think you would be happy to see your daughter, if you were to find each other again, that is?
Would rather not discuss my daughter further. I find no joy in the matter.
Oh, I knew it. You do care about her.
You never said I did not.
So you would jump at the chance to talk to her again.
Are you familiar with the trolley problem, Mr. Laugh?
Is that the one with the people tied to the tracks?
Correct. I was presented with my own trolley problem when I was offered my current job. You can see, I made my own choice. Whether or not I regret it is irrelevant. What matters is that I made my choice, and I must now endure the consequences.
So, does that mean you wouldn't talk to your daughter if you had the chance? I'm confused.
Most difficult part of being a parent is knowing when you're no longer needed.
Did your daughter no longer need you when you left?
Yes, she did require my presence, but she no longer does.
Do you think parents shouldn't keep in contact with their children then?
That is not what I said.
I'm just saying. I know I would like it if my dad reached out to me. Being alone is scary, and I wasn't ready for any of it. But you still have the chance. What would it hurt to reach out? Better late than never, am I right?
It's far too late for me to do that. Things have been set in motion that I cannot change. Must accept the fact and move on. At any rate, I am afraid I no longer have any questions to ask you.
Wait, does that mean you have to go now? But we were just getting to know one another.
Yes, our time together has come to an end.
Please, don't go, please. I don't want to go back to being laughed at. I want to talk some more.
I am sorry, I must go now.
No, come on. I'm sure you have more questions to ask me, please. Anything.
Dr. Gears rises and collects his notepad, moving towards the door.
No.
SCP 1799 stands and moves to block the door to the interrogation chamber.
I'm begging you, sir, please. Stay just a little bit longer. We could talk about anything you want. I may not know much, but I'm quick on the uptake, and I promise I could be a good conversational partner.
Please move, Mr. Laugh.
No, I need this. I deserve this. Do you have any idea what it's like to be laughed at by everyone for something you can't even help? All I'm asking is for 5 minutes of your time. Surely you could spare that.
Will not hesitate to call the guards stationed outside this room if you do not quince. Please move now.
SCP 1799 moves out of the way and sits down in its chair again.
Fine. Go then. I bet you're gonna laugh at me with that mean Everwood bitch now, aren't you? Whatever. I don't care.
End log. Note.
I'll be honest. I didn't think this would work the way it did. I just wanted to see the old man laugh for once, but he was actually able to talk to SCP-1799. Shame it wasn't able to provide any useful information.
Wee.
Woo!
Sad.
That's fucked up.
I enjoyed it though. Like it was, I was like
It was
enthralled.
incredible.
I was sitting there like, oh shit! Like I just kept saying that.
Yeah, it's pretty upsetting.
Oh,
It's a really upsetting concept.
Oh god.
I like
mean,
that one. That's a good one.
I mean, everybody laughs at everything I say, but it's not in a good way, so I can empathize.
I was gonna say words there, but
Wow.
I'm not gonna.
Go,
I'm not
do
gonna.
it,
call-
do it,
call me-
do it, you coward.
Oh boy.
Oh wow! Oh, we're gonna throw down.
That was some real fuck it, we'll do it live
Wow.
energy.
Jesus, fuck it, yeah. Fucking
I mean-
Snickers hater over here.
I mean, to be fair, we are doing it live, so I mean.
Oh.
True.
That was the joke.
I do like that SCP-1799 did call the mean Everwood a bitch, just to bring it full circle.
Bitch. We started for everybody that doesn't know. We started this whole conversation with me calling. I had just watched Bullet Train, so I was like, "Bitch!" Like from Bullet. So like I had that
Gotcha.
bitch energy coming.
For the first 3 minutes of the call, all I heard was the word bitch in different ways.
Hey, I occasionally meowed, but yeah, that was about it.
I gotta say, I was
rest of
trying
that's
really
true.
hard not to laugh out loud at the occasional meows.
I saw those getting picked up on the waveform. I'm sorry.
It's all
There was a
good.
line that had me dying because Ian just like you just missed like a word in it. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, acquiesce.
No. It was before that. It was like he
Was it
like
before that?
it was a simple thing where he just didn't read one word too far. Like he stopped the sentence like one word early, and I was like, oh shit, that's fucking great.
I don't even know which one that
Yeah,
was.
I have to go
Yeah.
back and look.
No, yeah, I like that concept
happens.
conceptually though. It's a conceptually upsetting SCP, but I like it. It's like an interesting concept.
Yeah, and
Like
it's
imagine if you never had any human, you don't know how you were created, and then you can't possibly interact with people because they just fucking laugh at you until they die.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
That's pretty
Just-
fucked up.
just the worst. And Dragon made a good point. They're just baiting they're just baiting Dr. Gears. They don't even care about this guy. They don't care
No,
about
not at
Mr.
all.
Laugh
Yeah,
at all.
It was all about Dr. Gears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like
upsetting.
Dragon said, Mr. Laugh about to be Mr. Cry if he keeps that up.
Oh,
Got him.
bazinga!
So
Jesus.
good. Dragon can't help herself. Physically, she has a condition.
Awesome.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. That's
Cool. That's a
good one.
so depressed. It would be fun to go through some of the other little misters.
The
I think.
Wondertainment or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Wondertainment has some horrifying things. Like some of his
Oh,
inventions are
Like I'm
A
in.
whole night of
Oh,
Wonder
no.
he's
No, I'm
actually
in.
yeah, he's a noted group. He's a noted group of interest. Like he has his own section in
Yeah.
the Foundation
I'm in.
Ooh.
pages.
Interesting.
I'm in.
Um,
Just put me in
yeah.
there.
Just
Put me in,
that-
coach.
Hey, I think
I'm-
Abnormalist is in.
Yeah, I'm in.
yeah,
I'm in.
I
Yeah.
think
Hey,
he's in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Abnormalist. I just want you to know, much like the trolley problem, if you're in, there's
I'm
no
in.
coming back out.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I'm in. I also like when we got to the trolley problem, I straight up went to the good place, like in my head, like just went there.
Yeah.
That's such a good scene. It's so
That's one of my
good.
favorite scenes.
Great-
If you
that's
haven't
a
seen
great
it,
show. That's a great
oh my
show.
god, I loved
It's
it
an
so much.
underrated show.
It's
It's-
so good.
It really is though.
It's one of those ones where it's not that you have to wait until season 2 for it to get good. You have to
No.
wait until season 2 for it to get great.
Yeah, no, yeah. Season one started
season
out
one
great.
is like, oh, interesting, and then some of us, when I was watching with a group, we kind of guessed the twist at the end of season
Right.
1, and then they gave us another bonk on the head with season 2, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It kept ramping up, and I think it was paced just well enough to where I was just enthralled the whole time.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved
It
it,
was,
so much.
it was
yeah.
such a, yeah, I really enjoyed that show.
Yeah.
Before we move on to our next SCP though, I just want to address something.
Da,
Dragon,
da, da,
you're not Mr. Laugh
da,
because
da.
no one laughs at your puns.
Jesus Christ. Why everybody's so fucking aggro tonight? Damn.
Oh,
Dark
Hey,
tonight.
hey, Abnormalist, Abnormalist, are you feeling okay?
Yeah,
Are
no,
you feeling okay there?
I'm feeling great. No,
You're feeling great?
I'm hyped. Yeah, no, I'm
You're
feeling
hyped?
great.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She's here. She's here, and
she-
I'm feeling great.
I want to get in the robot.
Who's here?
Yeah, she's here. No, I'm
Who-
feeling great. It's
what?
good. It's good. No, it's good. It's
Oh,
good. No,
Okay.
What's
Well,
happening?
I guess Abnormalist is ready for
What's
the
going on?
next one.
right.
I
That's
guess
weird. Okay.
we're gonna move on to SCP-6224. Oh my God, Asuka Evangelion.
what just happened?
Oh, sorry.
I think we picked up a little bit of the sneeze
Oh.
gust there.
Yeah, that's. I will mute. I will mute until it is my role.
Awesome.
That was
it's just-
perfect.
It was just really good timing because we hadn't really started yet, so it was.
Yeah,
Like
the
we're
sneeze
gearing up
ghost
for it.
was lamenting at a. She's taking some tests for like a big
Oh.
certification she's doing, and I think she messed up on like some practice quiz or something. So she was lamenting.
Wish her good luck.
Yes, I will. But I will mute until it's my turn.
All right. Classified by authority of the... Yeah, hold on. I'm actually going to take that again. I want to read that a little differently. Sorry. Classified by authority of the SCP Foundation Overseer Council. This document and all associated documents of the property of the SCP Foundation are subject to classification requirements and restrictions therein. This document may or may not contain lethal mimetic defense measures. Attempting to access or disseminate this document without proper and sufficient authorization is punishable by death. Item number SCP-6224, Level 2 Restricted. Containment Class, Safe. Disruption Class, VLAM. Risk Class, Notice. Assigned Site-026, Site Director, A. Krieger, Research Head, T. Spagnu, Assigned Task Force, not available. Special Containment Procedures. Personnel who have watched or read officially licensed Neon Genesis Evangelion branded media are barred from employment at Foundation Site-026. This information is to be garnered through pre-employment interview screenings and the effects of SCP-6224 itself. Memetic Complex Absolute Taste Field has been proliferated throughout Site-026 for the purposes of discouraging viewing of Neon Genesis Evangelion and adjacent media. Personnel found to have consumed violating media are to be transferred to a secondary site chosen by Site-026's Reemployment Coordinator. Update. Following Incident 6224-01, Site-026 has been reclassified as a low-threat containment zone. Research efforts to combat SCP-6224 have been prioritized. Description. SCP-6224 is a phenomenon localized to Foundation Site-26, wherein any and all inanimate objects placed within a 25-meter radius of the facility will instantaneously alter their physical appearance and properties to become Neon Genesis Evangelion branded. Neon Genesis Evangelion is a 1995 Japanese science fiction animated television series revolving around artificial humanoid robots and their pilots. Objects affected by SCP-6224 are designated SCP-6224-A. This process has occurred since 2006, May 13th. SCP-6224's changes are superficial and do not alter the object's original purpose. SCP-6224-A largely retained the functionality of their original form, and no instances of an object's conversion have resulted in a non-working object. While most SCP-6224-A instances are not based on existing Evangelion-branded objects, some bear a strong resemblance to ordinary merchandise available for purchase. Examples include pencils, food products, dehumidifiers, and power washing equipment. A complete digital and physical archive of Evangelion merchandise is being constructed for cross-referencing purposes. Complications due to the scale of this project have moved its expected completion date to 2031. SCP-6224 has demonstrated a capacity to alter paratechnical objects or other Foundation-made equipment, such as containment cells, weaponry, and uniforms. SCP-6224 has not altered any anomalous objects or entities in containment, nor any living things within its proximity. Due to the largely unobtrusive nature of SCP-6224 to the functionality of Site-26 as an extension of the Foundation, the decision was made to continue operations as normal. Personnel who have viewed Neon Genesis Evangelion-related media and retained an emotional connection to the franchise are susceptible to a dazed state upon viewing an SCP-6224-A instance, which can last from 1 minute to 6 hours. The axiom this property is based upon is poorly understood, and what constitutes viewing has proven inconsistent in testing. Personnel in this state often fixate upon the object while relating a verbose, extended tirade regarding the show's importance to them or the world at large. Attempting to interrupt this process are typically met with success, though doing so often results in minor hostility and annoyance directed towards unaffected persons. This state is induced in less than 0.02% of encounters between subjects and an SCP-6224-A instance, but the high volume of instances inside Site-026 has led to an intrusive and distracting presence in the work environment. Addendum 6224-1 Instance Log. Examples of notable SCP-6224-A instances are listed below. SCP-6224-A Log. Object altered. 2006 Porsche Cayenne. Personal automobile of Site Director Krieger. Description. SCP-6224-A129 has been altered to include a decal of Evangelion character Misato Katsuragi wearing a swimsuit in a suggestive pose across the left side of the vehicle. The hood has been decorated with the show's logo. A decal on the right side of the car reads, "I love Major," in a white font, decorated with numerous red hexagons. Object altered. 4 Hartnell water coolers, located in each of Site 026's break rooms. Description: the plastic jug of SCP-6224-A781 through A784 bears a nerve insignia. Liquids placed in the coolers take on an orange coloration through the use of several filters and coloring dyes pumped into the objects. This does not affect taste. When water is released through use of the handle mechanism, a speaker attached to the bottom of the object will play the series' opening theme song, A Cruel Angel's Thesis, at a volume of 95 decibels. Cessation of playback until the song is completed is presently impossible. Object altered. Site 026's Director's Boardroom. Description: the entirety of the boardroom has been altered to reflect the meeting room of the villainous organization Sele, as it is depicted in the show. In place of chairs, several large monoliths have appeared, which users may speak into through use of a speaker and vocal encoding mechanism. Attempts to replace these monoliths have resulted in their reappearance. Object altered. Physical photographs. Description: any and all physical photographs exposed to SCP-6224 will be altered to depict Evangelion characters in place of ordinary people. Characters are depicted performing the same actions and taking the same positions as those originally in the photo. This effect does not apply to digital photographs, leading to the use of digital identification badges site-wide. Object altered. Physical media, such as DVDs, books, and video games. Physical media is altered to become an Evangelion related. This effect applies to the contents of such media as well. Live-action films become animated and feature heavy alterations in script to include a narrative involving Evangelion's characters while still retaining the tone of the original media. For example, a copy of How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000, when played, depicted Evangelion's Asuka Langley Soryu in place of the Grinch, with Shinji Ikari taking the role of the Grinch's dog, Max. Similar alterations were found in a copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, which now featured the cast of Evangelion as playable characters. This effect does not apply to digitally streamed media. As a result, all physical media has been barred from Site 026. Object altered. Vinyl recordings of music. Similar to other media, vinyl recordings are altered to reflect Evangelion's narrative and characters. This is the most obvious in the alteration of vocals, but also in lyrical content, which reflect the series. An example includes American industrial rock collective Nine Inch Nails' Downward Spiral album, which is now vocally delivered by English Evangelion voice actor Tiffany Grant and features songs titled Big Man with an Ava and Laying Unconscious on a Hospital Bed. This property does not apply to digitally streamed music. Addendum 6224-2. Additional information. An example of SCP-6224's mind-altering properties can be found below. Agent Eli Stain, who was familiar with Evangelion, used elevator 127-C on 2006, June 1st. The elevator has been altered to include 2 statues of characters Asuka Langley Soryu and Rei Ayanami. What followed is behavior typical of those affected by SCP-6224. Stain enters the elevator and gasps. He immediately moves towards the statue of Soryu and traces its outline with his hand. The agent begins to cry.
Oh my god, it's Asuka from Evangelion. Asuka Langley Soryu. I'm so fuck. I don't know. She's right here. Asuka, my fucking god, in real, in the elevator. Wow, Asuka Evangelion. Well, you seem a bit upset, but let's not pay any mind to that. I'm just happy you're here, and I'm happy you're doing all right. It's rough out there, but I'm proud of you. We all are. Let's move forward a little bit, and each day.
The elevator opens, and researcher Crone enters.
Oh god.
I'm less ashamed of who I am because of you, Asuka. I really mean that. Evangelion.
Eli, come on.
Stain takes notice of Crone, seemingly for the first time since he's entered the elevator.
What do you want?
You're doing the thing again.
Can't you ever just let me enjoy something?
Hey, I finally looked into this fucking show. Why do all you kids wear skin-tight suits? Kinda weird.
The sexualization is the fucking point, you absolute moron. Maybe if you used more than 2 brain cells when analyzing media, you can come to the conclusion that it's an intentional critique of Japanese otaku culture, sexual hang-ups, and it is meant as a trap and allure viewers and under the guise that the show is an ordinary anime. Did you ever think of that, you shit clown?
All right, man, relax. I'm messing with you. Should I leave you two alone?
Shut the hell up. This show had more impact on the world than your collective family lineage, and you're just jealous of Anno's genius, you fuck. If you don't understand Evangelion, then I truly pity you.
Section cut for brevity. Over the next 2 weeks, Stain engaged in similar outbursts, often while performing Foundation duties. This led to an on-site detainment. A portion of his interview has been transcribed below. Several minutes of prior interrogation cut for brevity. Throughout the interview, Stain frequently glances to his side.
Look, it's not affecting my job performance. I perform my job very well, and the few times I've gotten distracted, they weren't my fault, okay? I can't help not being affected by an anomaly I'm susceptible to.
You've had the most hostile reactions out of everyone here, over a children's cartoon, I might add. You see how this looks?
The interviewing agent sips from a coffee mug shaped like Evangelion Unit-01's head.
Well, it's not a kid's show, but there's 20 of us here affected by 6224. You're really gonna transfer everyone?
We don't have a choice.
All we do is talk about the show. It's no different than the ordinary conversations, and we snap right out of it. It does not affect me. It doesn't affect my job here. I'm perfectly fine.
We're not sure how else SCP-6224 affects the mind, and quite frankly, we don't have the resources available to dedicate studying an anomaly this mundane. Transfer is our easiest option.
Stain is visibly sweating and frantically glances to the right-hand corner of the room.
Agent Stain?
I'm sorry.
Eli?
Asuka says that if you transfer me, she'll stop being my friend.
Huh?
The day of impact draws near.
Following this interview, current containment procedures forbidding personnel who had viewed Evangelion from Site-026 employment were put into place. Several other personnel affected by SCP-6224 admitted to viewing hallucinations of Evangelion's cast, but did not view this as concerning or information relevant to the Foundation. All mentioned a forthcoming Day of Impact, an event of unknown composition and indeterminate timeframe. Agent Stain and 18 other affected personnel were transferred off-site. They have exhibited no further signs of SCP-6224 related behavior. The Foundation Benefits Office has relocated and provided a plush toy of Rei Ayanami as a support object to all SCP-6224 affected personnel. Addendum 6224.3 Incident 6224-01 On 2007, August 1st, the appearance of all SCP-6224-A instances were altered to reflect the art style of the Evangelion New Theatrical Edition film, which was released on the same day. Since this event, all SCP-6224-A instances will reflect the characters as they appear in the rebuild of Evangelion films as opposed to the original television series. Furthermore, a change in SCP-6224's mind-altering effects was noted. Instead of affecting individuals who are familiar with the franchise prior, SCP-6224 now targets all individuals who view SCP-6224-A instances, regardless of their history or lack thereof with Evangelion. Affected individuals have reported desires to consume Evangelion-related media or purchase merchandise. While the hallucinatory properties of the anomaly are still believed to be present, no affected personnel have admitted to experiencing them. A decision has been made to continue Site-026's operation, now reclassified as a low-security facility. Further action is reliant on pending research efforts to combat SCP-6224 or possible evolution of SCP-6224's effects. Thank you
This
for
is goofy as fuck.
I love
Thank-
it. I
thank-
fucking love it.
Thank
Michael,
you, Abnormalist,
that-
for hard selling that.
That role was meant
It
for
was
you.
easy. It wasn't hard. This is me, baby. Agent Stain is me. That's yeah.
You got typecast.
Hell yeah, I did, and I am fucking
it was
for
so
it.
good.
Unacceptable.
Okay, but can we just quickly address the fact that the actual sexualization in the show is really due to Anno's own insecurities about himself and
Well, I mean, listen, there's
we do not have the time. We do not have the time.
we might.
Oh my god.
I don't have the like celibacy for this. I'm so sorry. I don't. I am not an Evangelion watcher, so I actually can't
Oh my god,
provide
it's so
any
good.
context for this. This
Oh, these are so
conversation.
good.
I'm
It's so fucking
completely
good.
lost in that aspect as well. So.
All right, yeah,
Yeah,
you
the-
guys
the-
just need to watch it. You gotta watch it.
I do actually like the fact that at the end, it does says possible evolution, and it clearly only evolved when the rebuild films came out. And since the
Right.
show's fully over 100% now,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess it probably wouldn't evolve anymore. I'm just trying to think about it like critically. Like,
Well, I mean, but this can't, because they're only talking about the first movie in this, right? Like they're not talking about the whole remake when they get to
well,
it.
no,
Also,
no,
it's
but
September
it does,
2007.
but it does say in the rebuild of Evangelion films, plural. So it is
Right,
addressing.
right. But there
all
could
of
only
the
be like 2
films.
out at this point. Is my point.
For sure, yeah. But considering the last one
was
came out a
edited.
couple of years ago, I mean,
Yeah. It was edited April 6th, 2023. So
So
I don't know.
lost.
and we're talking about the page now. We're not even talking about Evangelion. If you want me to dive into Evangelion and first impact and second impact and third impact, like we can do it.
No.
No?
okay. But are
I-
we
no.
talking about? But are we talking about the first impact or the?
No, we're talking about the second first impact, or
All right, guys.
But
I think,
not
I'm, I
second.
think I'm gonna head
Okay.
out. You guys have a good one. It was a good. It was a good run. I'm not gonna stick around. You guys have important information apparently to.
No.
sorry. I apologize for my nerdness of Evangelion.
Oh
I
no, you're
hate-
fine.
I
I've
hate-
also just heard plenty of genuine, not awesome people go on the feverish rants that were kind of solidified in this article. I've heard people go on like legitimate feverish rants about the show.
You've probably heard me go on some rants about this show.
You were not quite unhinged. You were mostly hinged. So,
I
that's
Me,
am
me,
just
and, me,
I am just
Mostly.
catching up. I am just catching up on the chat.
Mm.
I also can perfectly picture that car, which is
Mhm.
scary. I've definitely seen that car.
I've
in
seen
real
it.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
At
that's a
at the anime cons.
yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Uh-huh.
At like your local Taco Bell,
yeah.
because somebody's got to do the night shift, you know.
Yeah, someone's
Yo.
gotta eat. It's gonna happen.
Yo, but legit, I was at a local electronics store that wasn't Best Buy. And
so Best
one
Buy?
of the
City.
one of the
That
one
was
of the
so
pe-
weird that you
media
had to like.
play.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be vague about it, whatever. It doesn't
Sure.
matter.
All right.
Anyways, but one of the people there, I've seen this car for years now. One of the people there has a car that has the unicorn and banshee Gundams plastered on the side of it, and it makes me laugh every single time I see it because I'm
mean-
just like, to see these cars in the wild is just hilarious to me.
see both at anime conventions and in real life is there's a Pikachu Camaro. Just all
Oh, I
decked
love
out in
that.
Pikachu. It's all yellow and just Pikachu
That's
all over it.
awesome.
That's very cute.
And it's got lights under it too, so it's got like the
Sick.
fancy glow
Yeah,
lights,
yeah,
with the
yeah.
yellow lights. It's fun. It is dope. It is dope.
That
as
sounds
fuck.
sick as fuck. I mean, hey, look, I'm not shitting on people for tricking out their cars, but I will retain my freedom of judging your taste in media, regardless. It shouldn't affect how you live your life, but I am
No,
still gonna exercise my freedom
Listen.
of saying, really?
You put it out there. You put it out there. If you put it out there, you put it out there, right? Like I
Exactly.
don't have my car isn't decked out with Rei Ayanami, which it
Right.
would be if I was one of those people, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
I'd be a classy guy. I'd do a Gundam probably.
Well, yeah, but
Sure.
but what Ava would you do?
What? Oh, if I had to pick an Ava, fuck, that's actually a good question. We can
I
talk
know.
about that later. We can
Yeah,
talk about that later. Because
Sorry. later.
we do in fact. How are we feeling? Do we want to do one more?
4966.
One more.
496?
Yeah, we can
wanna
end with
do
4966.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
do this. Yeah.
we could end because boy, this is a good one. And
A long
Frog,
one.
Tell us about 4966.
Yeah, Frog, tell us. Weave us your tale, Weaver.
Well, I won't
Weave!
the I won't weave.
Dreamweaver,
I won't weave the tale,
Dreamweaver,
but I will
weave it,
say.
motherfucker. You
But I
gotta
will say.
weave. You gotta weave. You gotta weave.
Weave, dreamer.
Weave me the motherfucking weave.
I was just waiting for
It's
you
the
to finish.
intro.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. The whole
That's it
thing.
right there.
the
That's
intro.
it. We're done.
We're gonna combine that
Cut.
with the SCP theme that we had from last time. That
Yeah,
we're just gonna
Scooby-Doo
mix
one.
the two. Yeah.
Skimmy-doo-doo.
So I guess here we are. We're SCP-4966, Tobioka, Devourer of Souls, Consumer of Secrets, Lord of Munchies. Item number SCP-4966. Object class Safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-4966 is to be kept within a modified humanoid containment cell sized appropriately for a domestic cat to move freely. This cell is to be furnished with several pieces of cushioned furniture. Recreational objects such as climbing towers, plush toys, and small plastic chairs have also been provided. SCP-4966 is to be socialized with tri-weekly by on-site researchers. Tests involving SCP-4966 are to be approved by Dr. Bannock. Personnel wishing to provide SCP-4966 with additional recreational objects are to purchase them using their own funds. Description: SCP-4966 is an animate quadrupedal creature constructed of gray fabric. All attempts to pierce or damage this fabric have failed. X-rays and other examinations of SCP-4966 have shown a lack of any internal structures. SCP-4966's body is completely devoid of markings or orifices, with the exception of 2 black eyes and a woven mouth. Vocalizations made by SCP-4966 are similar to that of a young feline. SCP-4966 is highly social and will become anxious and withdrawn if not socialized with on a normal basis. SCP-4966 has a tendency to imitate the actions of other entities it interacts with. SCP-4966 shows no apparent need to eat, drink, or breathe, although it will imitate these actions if another entity is doing the same. When presented with the corpse of an organism, SCP-4966 will extend its mouth through unknown means and consume the corpse in its entirety, causing its body to bulge and stretch around the added mass. All attempts to measure the tensile strength of SCP-4966 while in this state have failed, as SCP-496's skin will visibly remain the same density throughout this process. No limit has been found to the degree that SCP-4966 is able to distend, with it having completely enveloped the corpse of an adult blue whale, Balaenoptera musculus, during testing. Once a corpse is fully enveloped, SCP-4966's body will slowly return to its normal size. During this deflation, SCP-4966 will experience alterations in its morphology consistent with the physical characteristics of the organism it consumed. The most common alteration is the addition and modification of limbs, although other alterations, such as changes in SCP-4966's proportions and vocalizations, have been recorded. The only physical trait of SCP-4966 that are unable to be altered are its existing facial features and gray coloration. Alterations will remain for approximately 4 hours after consumption, after which SCP-4966 will regurgitate biological waste consistent with the composition of the consumed organism. Addendum. Included below are several excerpts from the SCP-4966 experiment log for the purpose of further understanding SCP-4966's transformation abilities.
Introduce corpse, an adult male timber rattlesnake, Crotalus horridus. Corpse integrity shows initial signs of decomposition. Developed alteration, SCP-4966's torso extended approximately 150 centimeters more in length than previous measurements, with its abdomen ending in development tail and rattle. SCP-4966 used this additional length during testing to wrap around and climb the limbs of researcher, but was not wrapped tightly enough to inhibit blood flow. The developed rattle was used by SCP-4966 almost constantly during its transformation, often shaken while interacting with researchers. Regurgitated matter, a mass of decomposing keratin and liquefied organic matter. Introduced corpse, an adult female lionfish, Taurus Miles. Corpse integrity shows signs of advanced decomposition. The interior of the corpse is almost completely putrefied. Despite the corpse's venomous spines, SCP-4966 was able to consume it without issue. Developed alterations. SCP-4966 developed a pair of pectoral fins, an anal fin, and a large dorsal fin constructed of several long spines. These fins were observed impeding SCP-4966's movement, specifically limiting its vertical mobility. Chemical Chemical analysis of the spines tested positively for lionfish venom. As such, no further interaction with SCP-4966 was conducted prior to regurgitation. Regurgitated matter, broken spines, and liquefied organic matter. Introduced corpse, a pile of deceased sycamore maple, Acer pseudoplantanus leaves. Corpse integrity, slightly degraded. Developed alterations, no observed alterations. SCP-4966 consumed a single leaf before immediately regurgitating it. SCP-4966 spent the remainder of the test playing with the pile of leaves, repeatedly jumping into it from provided furniture. Requests to provide SCP-4966 with additional plant matter for recreational purposes are currently pending. Regurgitated matter, a slightly damaged leaf. Introduced corpse, a female adult ostrich, Struthio camelus. Corpse integrity severely damaged. The corpse was presented to SCP-4966 in several pieces, with the left leg and head of the corpse not present. Developed alterations. SCP-4966's legs extended approximately 1.3 meters and developed two large toes similar to that of an ostrich. SCP-4966's head extended approximately 1.2 meters upwards, forming a large curved neck. A pair of featherless wings developed on the side of SCP-4966's torso. On several occasions, SCP-4966 has attempted to take flight using these wings, with SCP-4966 eventually jumping off provided furniture in an attempt to glide. Despite ostrich's normal territorial nature, SCP-4966 remained sociable during its transformation. Regurgitated matter, several shattered portions of bone, and a large amount of liquefied organic matter. Introduced corpse, the head of a male adult eastern moose, Alasis americana. Corpse integrity, corpse is taxidermied and well preserved. Developed alterations. SCP-4966 developed large antlers approximately 1.4 meters across. Due to the size of these antlers related to SCP-466's head, its sense of balance and mobility was severely hindered. Additionally, SCP-4966 developed large ears and lack of structural support and were unable to keep themselves upright. Auditory cognition tests determined that ears did not improve SCP-4966's hearing ability. Regurgitated matter, a large compact mass of metal slag, wood pulp, and a shattered bone. Introduced corpse, a pair of
Redacted.
brand genuine leather boots. Corpse integrity, recently purchased and unworn. Developed alterations, no observed alterations. SCP-4966 approached the boots before lightly biting the toe of the left boot. After examining the right boot in a similar fashion, SCP-4966 knocked over the right boot and climbed inside of it, falling asleep shortly afterward. Regurgitated matter, none.
Input level 44966 security credentials. Credentials approved. Welcome, researcher.
Introduced corpse, the corpse of D-01763, who was upholstered prior to her incarceration. Corpse integrity well preserved. Developed alterations, no physical alterations were observed. Upon consumption, SCP-4966 emitted several strained vocalizations before speaking in slightly incoherent English. SCP 4966 began commenting on the construction of its furniture, claiming that its provided bedding material was far below standard requirements for domestic pets. It has since been determined that rather than inheriting physical alterations, SCP 4966 is able to access the memories of a deceased human by consuming them. In addition, SCP 4966 gains the ability to speak in high pitched, although its sentence complexity is comparable to that of a young child. Speech is lost upon regurgitation, but the memories of consumed individuals are retained. Regurgitated matter, shattered bones, and liquefied organic matter.
Following this discovery, a raid on Site 17 was conducted by operatives of Group of Interest 003 Chaos Insurgency, where operatives attempted to gain access to SCP 4966's chamber, among other anomalous objects. Once the raid was repelled, a damaged insurgency document was discovered among the corpses that gave detailed information regarding several anomalous objects, including SCP 4966. SCP 4966 was provided with the corpses of several Group of Interest 003 members in the hopes of discovering how this information was acquired. A transcript of the interview conducted with SCP 4966 has been provided below. Interviewed SCP 4966. Interviewer Dr. Randall Bannock. Additional information. Due to a lack of relevant information, 2 hours and 14 minutes of the interview have been excluded. For a full transcript of the interview, see document 4966 4. Begin log.
CP 4966, can we please get back to the subject at hand?
I want the munchie.
You've already been given 7 biscuits. You'll get some after we finish the interview.
No, I want the munchie now.
SCP 4966, this would go much smoother if you simply cooperated.
I want a better bed too. The one you guys have is lumpy. Make a bed out of munchies so I can eat it when I get hungry.
SCP 4966, if you answer the question, I'll give you another biscuit.
If I get the good munchies this time.
How did the insurgency know where you were?
The red shooty people? They found the room with my name on it.
How did they know that was your item number?
I was in the room, so the room had my name. They made lots of banging on the door and noisy noises. I was sleeping, but it was too loud and the bed was lumpy.
Your new bed is coming soon. Oh,
How soon?
tomorrow. How did they know where the building was?
Munchie.
SCP 4966 is given a biscuit. The biscuit is consumed by SCP 4966 without chewing. No matter is regurgitated.
The pet people who visit me, they tell the red people stuff to the head parts.
The head? Never mind. You be more specific. Who are the pat people?
Lots of people give me pets. The white coat woman who gives me the toys is nice. I like her. She gave me the ball with the bell in it and it make a ringy noise. The orange person that gives me lots of pets, but its face keeps being different between pet times. It gives me pets though, so it's a good orange. You give me munchies and smell like a cake, and that's a good munchie. Also, you said you were gonna get me a good bed, but
Which one of the pat people told you the red people about you?
munchie.
Give you a biscuit if you tell me.
But I want munchie now.
If you tell me now, I'll give you 2 biscuits.
The orange person sometimes, they use the head parts so you don't get distracted from doing scribbles on the board you have like you're doing right now. That looks real hard.
What do you mean by the head parts? Do you know anything about that?
Munchie.
SCP 4966 is given 2 biscuits.
I think they use their head squishies, like the one in the red guy I munched, and the one in the spiky stripey, but that one wasn't too good.
You mean their brains?
Yeah, they use the head squishies to talk.
Okay. What did they use in their brains to talk?
I don't know about squishy parts. I think the big part that looks like a watermelon is used to talk. I am not an organ psychic.
Let's put it this way. Do you remember the orange person that you ate?
Hmm.
What about their brain was different from the red people's brains?
Um, the orange person was colder and was kind of too mushy. The red people had lots more stuff about shooty guns, but I don't like to hurt people, so I say no thank you, mister. The orange person had a lot more about like being stuck in a room, and I don't think they ever got to taste the crispy crunch of a munchie, which is sad.
Yes, that's quite sad. Was there anything in the red people's brain about how they talk to the orange person?
I don't think they could talk to the orange person because I already ate them.
No, the ones that would pet you.
1 second. I'm gonna do a real big think.
Take your time.
SCP-4966 sat in silence for several minutes,
Mm,
occasionally making confused vocalizations.
I think I found something from the red people, but it's a bit scrambly and they use some big words I don't know.
Just do the best you can.
I think they're hungry and they want to get some snacks for their sleepover.
I'm sorry?
They keep saying words about Sonic chips, but they aren't eating any chips, and I'm confused. Wait, I think the orange people had the Sonic chips already. Maybe they forgot them at the store because they're saying stuff about not noticing the Sonic chips. I want Munchie Sonic chips like the orange person gets.
Can you tell me which orange people can talk with the outside people?
Can I have Sonic chips for Munchies?
After some difficulties, SCP-4966 lists the identification numbers of 14 D-Class personnel, with several having known affiliations with Group of Interest 003. Autopsies of these individuals have discovered a small device implanted within the cerebellum capable of psionic transmissions. The transmitters possess mild anti-mimetic properties, making their emitted transmissions be perceived as mundane and unremarkable. For its role in discovering the informants, SCP-4966 was provided a bag of Tostitos brand tortilla chips.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, boy! Yeah, boy!
Fucking incredible.
awesome.
Oh
Fucking
my
Elmo
god.
epic. Holy shit.
That's fun.
I couldn't even read some of my lines. I'm trying not to
Oh
laugh.
my god.
I-
that was gold.
When I had to say I'm not an organ psychic, I almost lost it.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like
Fucking
that.
amazing.
I will say this one was a last minute swap, so I didn't get a chance to kind of read it all over, but initially I guess to part the curtain a bit, because we just did it and we won't do it a second time.
Right.
I was gonna give this guy like a Danny DeVito voice.
All right.
Hey, what are you
like a-
talking about?
Like, I want the munchie. But it was apparent in multiple points right before the interview that they were like, oh yeah, no, it talks like in a really high pitched voice, like a child or a young
Like a
cat.
child, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, that's fine. I can do
Was
that too.
beautiful.
Change
Oh,
up,
cool.
change up. We're going from
No,
I'm walking here to
I-
I'm walking here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked both. I'm glad I did what I did though.
Oh,
That
that's
one's
good.
actually weirdly just about as straining on my throat as the other one though, so it's fine.
I believe it. I was
Yeah.
actually like a little concerned, like closer to the end. I'm like, oh, how long? Like, can he keep it going?
Oh,
so
no,
good.
I've been,
It was
and
so
I've
good.
been. Don't worry, it takes more than a little bit of a fucking munchie boy to knock me out of the park.
For sure, for sure.
That's fun. I like that though.
Oh,
That's
that was
wild.
a good one.
What a weird little
Oh.
guy.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that
What a
was so
fucked up.
Fantastic.
What a
good.
fucked up little garbage disposal.
love it.
I
Love it
fell
so
in love
much.
with him quickly.
Very
Yeah, that was
cute.
great.
Oh
What's the
my
orange one?
God.
Who the fuck is the orange one?
Oh,
I'm tr-
the D class personnel wear orange jumpsuits.
Oh,
Mm.
got it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, contextually, I figured they were talking about some sort of other personnel. on the
Yes,
site.
I guess we actually haven't done a lot of articles with D class. So
No.
there are several classes of personnel. Like we've talked about the O5s, and I think we've even had O5 voices a couple of times. But basically, there are different hierarchies and rankings. D-class personnel are basically people like normal ass people pulled from jail, and they are used for experimentation. Like they are basically test subjects for these things. So like they'll bring D-class in to give pets to this little cutie, and I love the picture because I'm like, that's exactly what I imagine he looks like.
Yeah, oh,
Amazing.
absolutely. No,
Blood,
they
amazing.
did a good job. He looks a little squishmallow looking head ass.
He's just
Ragnarok's
so cute.
talking to you, Avi.
Oh, hi,
Oh.
Rag. Hello.
You got a microphone? Oh fuck yeah, let's go. Good shit, dude. I know you were. I knew you were looking around for one.
Yeah,
Hell
congrats. Oh my god.
That was
a
great.
fun one.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that today was a fun day. That was with the exception of the beginning sadness. Like I'm glad actually because we were talking about doing 1797 at the end, and I'm so glad we switched that.
That would have been.
Yeah.
That would have been.
No, go back.
Yeah.
I'm also glad
so
we
am I.
ended with one that wasn't so depressing.
This was a great ending one.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
last two were more fun, and the first two were way more dark.
And no butt ghost this time.
No butt
Yeah.
ghost. We will
No.
never see the butt ghost again, ever. it
No,
will never
that's
happen
done.
again.
One and done.
Or will
in and out.
we?
No, we will
No.
never see it again.
No. I will bring some reverb back though. That'll happen.
Yes.
Please. That'll happen.
Well, I want to thank Avi, Exotic, and Abnormalist for joining me. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And thank you for hosting
You,
this and giving us a spot to do some fun little voice acting stuff. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's been
nice
been
to-
fun. It's been fun hearing all the voices you guys do and
Yeah.
and everything. And I mean this one also was with like just the tired researcher voice like
Oh, yeah.
reading all these corpses, and then obviously 4966's voice. And
I just
then,
thought it'd
like,
be more fun to like, introduce a little bit different reading to that part,
Oh yeah,
just like-
absolutely, yeah. In this fun little fucked up universe that SCP is, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Rag, yeah, I'm sorry, bud. Yeah, these SCP streams are pretty short.
Yeah, they're
we
little
don't-
shorties.
we only have so much energy to read these, and
Yeah.
they take a lot.
Now
but
it's gone.
now it's gone until
Yeah.
next
We
month.
love
when
every
I,
minute.
when I-
Yeah, check out Magic's Discord. He'll let us know. He'll let y'all know when we're doing this again.
but if but
What?
All
No,
right.
keep going.
Well, with that,
sorry,
I'm gonna go.
I just wanted to get some radio silence so that Abnormalist could get his thing in. But I want to
Sure.
thank everybody for joining me.
Ah!
I want to thank everyone for joining me. Please go check out Abnormalist, Exotic, and Avi. They all stream or will be streaming soon. Please go give them a follow. And if you are watching this later, which I hope you are, please go check them out. Abnormalist also has fantastic music. It's available. You tell us if you have any socials. I mean, everybody.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Abnormalist if you want to talk out to me. Spotify, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Apple Music, anywhere you listen to music, you can find my music. Just search Abnormalist, the Abnormalist, and it will appear.
Hell yeah. If you don't know me, that's totally cool. My name's Avi. I go by Avi Alator, Aleator on Twitch. And I got a Discord. It's kind of a lot of my other stuff I kind of do privately, like D&D and stuff. But I will always talk about my hobbies. So
And
You can call me Grizzly.
I was about to say, apparently Grizzly doesn't do shit.
I'm in the process of getting my stream set back up. So hopefully with the new year, I will have that fully ready.
hell yeah,
I'm excited to
Cool.
get back into streaming.
hell yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, you'll have some good people to come support you once you start up.
Great people. I love all of you.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna bounce, but thank you again, Magic, for the opportunity. Thank you, Normalist and Grizzly, for being around for this. I like
Hey,
it.
thanks, Avi, man.
Thank
You
you, Avi.
rock us for
Thank-
normal.
That was
Thank
amazing.
you.
Of course.
We are gonna go ahead and raid Flutterdye. They are streaming some Baldur's Gate 3, which looks pretty fun.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Dragon, I would like to quickly recognize. Thank you so much for trying to shout out everybody. I saw you got Abnormalist. aka Abnormal Bird. There we go. You got Avi.
Oh, chill.
Apparently there's a super big lag
Like
on that
cooldown.
command.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
a cooldown thing for spam, so no worries.
Yeah, but I do appreciate that. Sorry, Exotic, you're not gonna get a shout out, but next time.
No, it's fine.
Alright.
Next time.
Next time
Good
on
night,
Dragon
everybody.
Ball Z. Good night.
Dragon Ball B.
Good night.
Good night.